Hi, this is Michael Rony Mullick, and you're watching the pre-market show. Today is the 24th of May, and let us look how the US markets had ended last night and how it is doing right now, and how the Asian markets have opened. So, if you keep an eye on the SGX Nifty first, we will see that SGX Nifty has been sold off actually. So, after it was trading very firmly in the green yesterday, last night, and now we are seeing kind of a downtrend, especially after 7:30 a.m. in the morning. So it opened with a gap down, it tried to move up, and now it is again moving down. SGX Nifty is what we can see. So last night it hit a high of around 16,270, and from there, right now it is trading around 16,200 levels. So if you compare that with the Nifty, so we can expect the markets to open at a very flat level. Now the US markets apparently had closed strongly in the green, so all of the US indexes are positive. S&P 500 is positive by 1.8 percentage, almost trying to close at the day's high. Nasdaq similar picture, 1.68 percentage, and Dow Jones leading with almost 2 percentage up yesterday in yesterday's session of trading. So almost trying to close at the day's high is what we can see for all the three major US indices. And but then right now, if you look at the futures, US futures are all down. S&P 500 is down by 0.8 percentage, Nasdaq down by 1.4 percentage, and the Dow Jones is also down by 0.4 percentage is what we can see. So this is obviously dragged by the Asian markets, as you can see. The moment Hang Seng market, it opened with a gap down, then tried to move up, but then it is continuing its downward journey. So the selling continues in Hang Seng index, and that might have triggered bearish sentiment in other Asian stocks. So Nikkei is down by 0.5 percentage. China's 50 is down by almost 1 percentage, and Korean markets are also down by 0.8 percentage right now. So this is how the things are playing out. So let's see. Let's hope that the Hang Seng market takes support near 19th May's important level, because the markets took support around there, and looks like it is going to form a strong support. Otherwise, the markets can have a further sell-off is on the cards. So that is how the markets are trading right now. So talking about the crude oil, so crude oil is currently at $109.7 per barrel. So this is something we had discussed. So it is again in that range. So $110 to $114 is what the crude oil is trading at currently. And USD/INR is also stabilizing around 77.4 levels. The dollar index, after coming down, we see a small green candle. Hopefully it continues with a downtrend, so we can have the equity markets go up. And talking about the Indian markets, we had two important announcements yesterday. So to give you a recap, 15% export duty on steel was announced. So the market sold off immediately after opening. So we saw a 150 point down move in Nifty. The Nifty metal index is down by 8 percentage. Major stocks like Tata Steel down by 12 percentage. Jindal Steel, JSW Steel down by 15 and 17 percentage. So this is the kind of sell-off we found in the metal stock, especially the steel industry yesterday, and this was one of the major developments. And another development was the RBI governor's speech at the interview at CNBC, where he announced that going into the future we can expect further rate hikes, and that is also again a negative news for the market. So right now everything is negative, so we see only the negative news coming and hitting the markets. And but at one point of time the markets will bottom out. The negative news will not be affecting the market, because when the market everywhere is pessimistic, we see that is when the market reverses. So hopefully that happens soon. And so currently the markets, if you look at the Nifty levels for today, Nifty levels 16,400 has taken again a beautiful resistance multiple times, and yesterday the same picture happened. The market tried to close above 16,400, but it could not, because of the last minute, like after 2 p.m. the selling that came, huge selling that brought Nifty down by almost close to 200 points. So that is the kind of selling we had seen yesterday, and that is again a very common picture these days. The markets are getting sold off towards the second half. So 16,400 still remains a very, very important resistance level for Nifty, and followed by that on the downside, 16,142 should hold. If that doesn't hold, we can expect a further down move towards 15,950 to 16,000 levels is what we can expect in the markets if on the downside 16,140 is broken. This is the Nifty, and Bank Nifty again. Talking about Bank Nifty is was trading near a very important trend line yesterday. Like we were discussing that the trend line in Bank Nifty, which was forming from around, if you can see, 5th of April, and it took continuous resistance and the trend line and kept moving down. So as I told you that the markets need to break this trend line and have a closing above it to expect a further bullishness, but the market did try to break it, but then we saw it ended the day almost on the trend line. So 34,800 is what we were seeing as a very, very important zone for resistance zone for Bank Nifty, but that is still not breached. The market went there and reversed from almost 34,819. So this is the kind of important zone 34,800 has become. Market is continuously trying to touch that, and it is reversing. So you can see that it did broke the trend line around from the morning, but then it took resistance at 34,800, but then ending the day on the trend line. So this trend line is turning out to be an important zone for the Bank Nifty. So talking about the OI, we had seen the OI build up highest at 34,000 levels. So people are expecting the Bank Nifty to take support at 34,000 level, even if there is a down move. So let us see where the markets reverse from here, and if the 34,000 put sellers are safe for the day or not. And same about Nifty, 16,000 has the highest put build up in Nifty, and so this is how the things look right now, and we see that the markets, the futures are still trading at a discount to the spot, which means the markets have been shorted heavily, and it still continues. This discount continues for many days. So either the spot has to catch up, or the future for spot has to come down, or future has to go up to make sure that this discrepancy is not there, because on the expiry day we know that the markets the spot will be always equal to the future. So that is something to keep in mind. The expiry is in 3 days. So let's see how the markets go and trade for the next few days. So this is something to keep in mind, because right now everything looks bearish, and we have seen seen signs of a reversal, and hopefully the markets have bottomed out, at least for the very, very short term. And there are bullish sentiments. Markets are trying to move up almost every day, but then the selling towards the end is actually diminishing the sentiments. And so going into trade, we have to keep an eye on the second half especially. So we are expecting a flat opening today, as indicated by SGX Nifty, because of the Asian markets are down. But overall we have a kind of side of, like I told you, markets are trying to move up, so we need to see if it is trying to close in the positive in the day's high. So that could give us strong bullish sentiment. But right now the second half selling is too much. The FII continue to sell in the cash market, and until and unless that has stopped or that comes down, we cannot expect a positive view going forward. So today we are expecting a flat opening, and towards the second half, as I said, make sure you're properly hedged. Keep an eye on the charts if you're trading intraday, because the second half selling is very, very painful, and we see the VIX shooting up towards the end every day on an everyday basis, because of the expectation that the markets will fall, and that has been happening for the past few days is what we can see. So this is something to keep in mind. We talked about the levels. 16,400 remains as a strong resistance for Nifty, and 34,800 for Bank Nifty. On the downside, 16,142 for Nifty. If that is broken, 16,000 is the level, and for Bank Nifty, 34,000 is again a strong resistance, as the charts and also the open interest show. So with this, I'll be ending my pre-market show here. I hope you have a good trading day, and hope to see you at 11:15 for the post-market show, where we discuss how the Indian markets have closed with any major developments and how the US markets are trading. So with that, meet you at 11:15 for the post-market show. For the time being, I'll be ending the pre-market show here, and thank you for watching.